Lightworkers, welcome to Friday. How the dickens are you? Today we're going to talk about Christmas stuff. So I'll see you on the other side. This last weekend we had a beautiful happening, and that was all around the world, and here in Spain no less. Hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets, and all of them with the same agenda, which was freedom marches, marching for freedom. And you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's not a protest. These are not protests. These are freedom marches, freedom rallies, where people are marching to say that they want to be free. Okay? And what's beautiful about it is this. We're in the winter here in Spain, and in many countries we're in the winter, and they were still out in the streets, still out in the freezing cold with their placards and shouting and asking for freedom. It shows, you know, many times we feel that there aren't many of us, but really we are not alone in this. There are many, many of us, and with every single minute that is passing, nay second, more people are waking up. Why? Because on Monday I was talking about the shift that's happening, you know, in our destiny. And that the suffering, this great tribulation, is creating more people waking up. This is what it's all about. And it's beautiful to see that we're not alone, that there are many of us, and that there are many, many, many. And the most beautiful thing, if you look at every freedom rally, what you'll see is people of all ages, shapes, colours, the whole shebang. There is no theme that runs through it to say, well, it's basically, you know how the news likes to say, extreme right. Yeah, let's just block everybody in to the same extreme right. Yeah, they love that. Black or white, this or that. Yeah, there's no theme. There is nothing you can say, oh, well, I know that people who woke up are like this. No pattern whatsoever, except that everybody is focused on the same thing, and everybody is peaceful. Now, I know that sometimes there are not peaceful rallies, but that's because the police on purpose go in and start hitting people. Okay, well, we're only human, but the intention is always peaceful, always peaceful. There are two red flags that I see, because remember, you know, the flag false, I'd say it that way, and then it doesn't get picked up, is always, you know, when something's happening that's been organised by the baddies, and that pretends to be us, so that the news can say far right, extremists, yeah, is when people are out in the street and they've all got masks on. You know that's not us. That's not freedom rallies. So you'll see that with things like, all of them, anything else where everybody's wearing a mask, that's not us. And also when they specifically go out to cause violence, that's not us either. Yeah. So that's when you know that's nothing to do with us. That's just something that's been staged for the cameras, and the cameras are always there. And yet when we go out, the cameras are never there. Strange, isn't it? But here in Spain, there were some cameras. And the people were calling them all the horrible names under the sun, terrorists, and that's the lightest name that they give them, terrorists. So it was really heartening to see. It's beautiful to see, in fact. We're in the most interesting time ever. So I was going to talk about Christmas. So here in Spain, for the last 2 Christmases, whatever it was it the last 2 Christmases? Don't know. I lose complete track of time. I don't know where the heck we are. And no, I think the last Christmas, basically, what they did was they made everything illegal. You couldn't go out, you couldn't have a party, you had to be home. Last Christmas we had to be home before 11, curfew at 12. Curfews, they locked us down for long periods of time. Okay? And what happened this year was that the courts ruled that the lockdowns were illegal. The courts ruled that all of the fines that they give people were illegal and they had to return them. Basically everything that they did was illegal. Yeah? And what? People didn't go out because they were frightened. Why were they frightened? Because they didn't want a fine. They were going to get a fine, and these fines were hefty. But every fine has been overturned. They have to return them. Everything was illegal. They had no right to do what they're doing. And this is the court here in Spain has said that, the Supreme Court. So Christmas is coming again. And we all know that Chromion, just to say it the wrong way around, the Chromion variant is happening like a wave, like an organised wave throughout the world. And they're thinking about doing the same thing. You know, there's a lot of rumbles. Oh, we might, yeah. My take on this is, and since all the lockdowns happened, we haven't respected anything. We have just always gone about our business and done what we did. We went to visit family and all of that. We never ever did one lockdown. We used to go out. We weren't allowed to go out. We went out. I used to go running in the country. Cynthia running in the country with the dogs, taking the dogs out. It didn't stop us. I mean, it was awful, but we didn't stop. This time, even more so. It's like, fuck them. Fuck them. Everything's illegal. They're not even allowed to do it. And yet they do it. And the trust that people will go, oh, I'll not go out because I don't want to. No, fuck them. Fuck them. Because the fines can be overturned. The fines don't hold. They don't stand. So that's our intention. This is the time of year in which we think about Jesus. And this is the time of year that the angel of the Lord came forth. Yeah, and won a coconut. I want to come first. And so the Gordon and his family, we're going out. We're not going to come forth. We're going to come first, and we're going to go and do what we have to do. And my suggestion is that you do the same. Just live your life. Cuddle your family. Hug your family. The ones that will allow you to hug them and cuddle them. If they won't, you know, if they're standing there with a mask, they probably don't want to be cuddled. But I still cuddle them anyway. And they don't know what to do. Give them a big hug. You know, here in Spain, this is the funniest thing. Here in Spain, people now, when they meet one another, they've got the mask on, they give 2 kisses. Yeah, with the mask on. Now, what's that about? Now, what's that about? The mask is a hotbed of contamination. It's contamination, fully and completely. And so when you kiss somebody, you are connecting your mask with theirs. And so, you know, knowing how contamination propagates, then you're just contaminating them and they're contaminating you. However, everybody feels so much better about it. So, hey, what the hell? Yeah? So it doesn't matter, you know. And for example, my children go down to a little school down the road, a little after-school club. They're not in school, they're homeschooled, but they're in an after-school club. The first day, the woman had a mask on and she was elbow greeting the children. We went down the other day. My son ran in and she went, Damien, big hug. He's hugging her. It's impossible to keep this up. It's impossible for people. It goes against every sensibility that we have as humans. We like contact. We like contact. So let's make this Christmas a good one. Celebrate it in the way that you want to celebrate it, and fuck them. Because they had a party last year, didn't they? They had their party, so we can have our party as well. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you, or weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.